Welcome back to Bulletproof Mindset, Scotland's #1 health, fitness and entertainment podcast. So today we have a very special episode for you. We have just launched our brand new product, Bulletproof Coaching's Starting Strong program.
Right, so for you guys, before we go even any further, we have such a fantastic introductory offer. Now, you will need to listen to the full podcast to hear what is in the program, but it is absolutely shit hot.
Yeah, there's no question about it, and we're obviously very biased, but stay tuned to today's episode to hear why we have created this product, why we've put together a program, and why this program is like no other. Now, in today's episode, we actually kick things off with just a wee bit of general chit-chat. We talk about the different cults that's in the fitness space just now: high rocks, CrossFit, powerlifting, strongman, and bodybuilding, of course. But that kind of leads us nicely on to all these different training styles and why one of the best training modalities that you can follow when it comes to a program is full body training. Now, there's not many programs out there that do it pretty well, and we have now released our brand new product, Bulletproof Coaching Starting Strong, that you can get downloaded from today. Now, our introductory offer, the first 10 people that do sign up to this, we're going to throw in one-to-one personal training on a Saturday where we can go over your lifts, we can answer any questions, all that great stuff. Now, this is completely free of charge. We're not going to charge any more for this, and it's the equivalent of like £1,500 if you combine both mine and James's one-to-one personal training fee. Now, for you guys who maybe don't have the luxury of coming over to Airdrie and are still interested in the program, then we have an introductory offer which is going to last for the month of November, and that is 30% off the monthly option and 30% off the paid in full option. The links for both will be below, so check them out.
Not only is this program going to get you strong, we're going to get you better at lifting, we are also going to do a weekly call on a Wednesday night, and we're going to answer all your questions, and we're going to put across any guidance that we will have when it comes to sleep and nutrition. Nutrition is so individual that in this program we do not give any individual calories or protein, but we are going to give you over these 12 weeks the most guidance to help you on your journey as we can.
So if you're looking for a stronger, healthier and more empowered lifestyle, then click the link below and download our Starting Strong program. You're going to get a personalised training app, you're going to get access to the training hub, and you're going to have access to both of us. So without further ado,
let's get into today's episode.
So happy Thursday. This will be, which is weird because we're recording this on a Monday.
Aye.
I'll sit up straight. How's your weekend?
That was good.
All good?
It's good. Nice
What the fuck is this?
It's just a...
What is that, Dane?
no much.
Hold it up for the camera. You guys are watching on YouTube. What is that, Dane?
Here it is here. No much. It's a bit of peace of mind, to be fair. It's getting better. I can straighten it now. Still a wee. I can still feel it a wee bit, but I
just want attention from people. Is that what it is? Like, everybody look at me. I've got a wee sore knee.
It does help a wee bit.
So, episode 3, we talked about powerlifting.
3. Fucking
episode. Whatever it was, 106, we talked about powerlifting.
See if I lowbar, this wouldn't have happened.
Right, let me get out what I'm going to say. And twice I've brought up the point that there is more risk of hurting yourself in a powerlifting program than majority programs out there. You're like, no. Twice you've injured yourself. Twice following a powerlifting program.
No, the elbow thing can. If I done.
Don't give me
it.
Don't give me it.
You do it. That's why I'm stronger than you. That's why I'm stronger than you.
I'm pain free, mate.
That's
pain free,
fine.
motherfucker.
I'll take the pain.
So talk people through what happened.
So it was a lot of squat volume, but on one of my front squats I kind of fell and twisted my knee, and I was like, you know what, I'll just keep going.
You fell and twisted your knee?
No, like I went up my toe on my right foot.
Oh, right.
So it came right in. But I was like, you know what, it's alright, I'll keep going.
I thought it was because you were resting too long.
No.
I thought because you were talking.
So I don't think that helped.
Right.
But I think it was just a combination of everything that day. Fucked it.
Right.
But it was this right knee, because this knee had nothing. So, but I do remember like going in on my toe one time, and then when I was doing lunges, it was getting tight, and I was like, oh no.
Getting fiery.
Oh, it was getting warm, right warm way, and I was like, and then after it, I was like, my knee's fucked. But I was like, I don't know how fucked. Luckily, right now, it's alright.
But Andy will love this.
He will. He
will love this.
He will. But my knee will be alright because I won't do anything. Like, there's no squats this week. They're gone. This full week. The next time I might possibly squat is Sunday.
Alright. Gain it a couple of days.
I need to.
What you could do for anything?
So I'll do like Spanish squats. So wrap the band around the knees and squat.
Why is that called Spanish squats?
Don't know. No idea.
Have you made that up?
No, it's called the Spanish squat.
Is it?
Aye.
I just thought it was banded squats.
No. And
I've
then,
programmed it for clients, but I've called it banded squats.
what do you think I mean? No, I mean
when
you
you
wrap.
stand in, you make sure you've got the what do you call it? The hip thrust booty band type.
No,
of things.
no. So I mean you tie a resistance band and you get in there.
towards the rack.
Aye,
Right,
and you
right,
hold
right,
the
right.
band and you go down nice and slow. Basically, just makes it nice in the tendons. And then see where you wrap. You do one at a time. And you just kind of click it back into place. You just go like that. I'll just be doing them. Just be so it's still moving. See at the end of yesterday, there was like knee pain when I woke back up the day, obviously because I've not been moving.
Aye, it's
Stiff
tight.
again. So I was like, right, good. As long as it's feeling all right at the end of the day, I'm all right. Thank fuck.
Mr. McGinty's no invincible then, eh?
Nah.
He's
Nobody's invincible. But it's always learning.
It is, you're right. The
It
only
is
way you
learning.
learn is through
Went
experiences.
to deadlift yesterday. I got a message off somebody. I thought you weren't meant to be doing anything. I was like, whoa. I didn't say I wasn't doing anything. I said I would have depression if I couldn't do anything. But luckily I could.
Aye.
Luckily.
That's a good thing about training with weights. You've got tons in your arsenal.
You can do anything.
Aye.
If you fuck your shoulder, you can do legs. Fucking your shoulder is probably worse than fucking your knee and fucking your shoulder is the upper and lower body like catalyst.
Yeah.
Because you need your knee to do most things lower body. You need your shoulder to do most things upper body.
I would still be training my other leg though. I remember we were talking about the research a wee while ago.
Aye,
that
aye.
study where a group of individuals were training. It was biceps. That's what it was. So they're doing bicep curls, and they were looking at the muscle growth and muscle atrophy over a 12-week period.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a group to train both arms. They got a group to, with the group they got them to train up to a certain point, and then two groups split off from that. One group didn't train at all for the next 12 weeks or whatever it was, and then the other group only trained one arm.
side.
And the atrophy of the muscle on the arm that they weren't using was massively slowed down. I can't remember the percent of what it was in comparison to the group who just didn't train them at all. So
Aye.
it just shows you like value in training all muscle groups. Like,
Yeah.
So like getting into the gym and doing what you can do, whether it's other leg or deadlifts or whatever.
So what I'm going
How
to
was
do...
deadlifts?
What?
How was deadlifts?
Fine.
Was it?
I was a wee bit like paranoid.
Was that
but
230?
220 yesterday.
220.
That was what it was meant to be. But on my squat day, I would just do deadlifts and do whatever volume I was meant to do in squats. So it's easier on the central nervous system when I go back to training. It's fine.
Cool.
You can always find a way. It never feels as good though
Nah.
when you know you're meant to be doing something else. You never feel the same. You're like, I'm not making the progress. But then that's when your ego needs to go, you can't make
You're making the progress because...
No, you're not making the progress it was meant to be, but that's where your ego needs to go, you can't. You physically can't. I'll say to clients, and somebody had to say to me yesterday, like, you can't. I'm like, I know.
No, just fucking leave me alone, right?
I know. I know. I needed to hear that off somebody else that wasn't myself, because you convince yourself, you're like, I can do this. But with your knee, you can't take risks.
Unless you jump on growth hormone or something.
Yeah,
no way option.
easy peasy.
This natty life isn't
But
cut out.
the good thing, like, people get a lot of patella tendon pain and that. That's no what it is for me.
What? Where is it?
That tendon.
Outside?
Aye, see the one that connects to the
band.
calf.
Hmm.
Connects to the calf. So obviously when I went on my toe, it's like just tightened up, and it's like right in here still in here. I don't even know if it's the top of the calf muscle as well. Do you know that way?
But I would reckon it's more of the calf strain than...
Aye.
Because have you seen the guy... So it's one thing I wanted to play about.
It's when I go to straighten my foot, I can still feel that a wee bit. Like, I can go like that. That's fine. But it's no here. It's no here. It's no here. It's no here. It's all here.
You just love attention, don't you?
I know.
Always needs to be about James.
Fucking great.
Wonder what else you'll do.
Oh.
But what I was saying there, like squatting on the balls of your feet is quite a powerful movement as well. Like keeping
really
up to
build that.
strengthen your calves. So
That's what I'll be doing as well, sorry. Some calf raises. Single leg calf raises.
Oh, finally. Every time I have, so I'm one that will never... Every program I do get calf raises, and all my clients know this. And I remember we saying, don't fucking need calf raises. And I'm okay, James. Oh, you pulled your calf muscle?
I'm always learning.
What we should...
I will always change my mind
Speaking
on
of
opinions
calves,
and things.
the fucking downside of having a good mind-muscle connection. So I've said this when I've climbed Monroes, that I've obviously got good, very well-developed calves and train them pretty regularly, train them well. But see, when I go Monroe, see, because I've get that good a connection to my calves, I get a pump in my calf 10 minutes into the fucking climb. And that's the last thing you want in an endurance type event.
He's fucked.
So
Lactic acid.
Yesterday done my first 5k since Tough Mudder in 2014. And my calves were huge. I don't think you could have got any more blood in, but that's what I'm trying to work on now. The skill of being able to kind of disconnect, but it doesn't help I was running in these because you're kind of forced.
You need to
I could feel that every muscle in the bottom of my foot.
Mate, when you're running in these kind of shoes, you really need to feel that. You feel it, man. Every single time you're like, fucking hell.
I'm going to get a pair of Metcons, or I actually don't know if I'll buy actual running shoes. I don't know. I just something with a wee bit more of a sponge.
Mate.
You can, but your fucking calves take a beating.
Run fast.
And your shins take a beating. So
are your shins here?
Today?
Aye.
No, they're all right.
No.
They're strong from. That's what I mean. So
I was going to say, I don't feel like my shins with these, but I do feel like my calves, my wee calves are, fucking hell.
So I'm going to, I don't know, I like the idea of doing a sub 5 minute mile. It's kind of a nice little goal I'd like to try and do.
It's fucking rapid, mate.
I know. And I'm going to fucking do it.
Why? Why?
Why lift 300 kilo?
Because I'm competing, mate. I'll be competing.
Not at this rate.
Aye, not at this rate.
Not at this rate, pal.
No, I'll still be there with bells on, mate.
You're fucking...
You watch Bio and he's always get something. I'm like, my man. My fucking man.
Exactly. To my point of powerlifting.
My fucking
the
man.
Downside of
you
it.
always work through the pain. By the way, don't work through the pain.
So I quite like the idea of doing a sub 5 minute mile.
What you at the new?
Couldn't tell you.
Like a sub 7?
Probably something like
that.
But I've not ran outdoors yet. It's been on that.
You would need good shoes for
that. That's why I'm saying I need to get.
You would need the fucking hawkers. You see the people running in them.
Honkins. If you wear hawkers, you have a strange taste in
What's
shoes.
the other shoes? The Nike shoes. What are they called? You know, the pure like running shoe. Like the actual. They have like. They have like a 300 mile. Like they run 300 mile and you need to bend them.
It's like the knee wraps that bodybuilders will use to get a heavier squat. Runners use this to get a faster fucking.
And the thing is, they're like fucking 200 quid.
Oh, are they?
Aye, for 300 mile.
Oh wow.
They're actually like as soon as you run a 300 mile, they lose everything.
Interesting.
Because runners will go how much they think and they'll put it in there, they'll track it all, and they'll go on and get a new pair of shoes.
Running's interesting. I think the only reason I'm doing it just now is a wee bit of FOMO with everybody doing endurance based
So
stuff.
I was just about to speak to you, like before we go into the plan stuff. What is with every single person on the planet doing high rocks? Every single person.
Not even high rocks, proving grounds, CrossFit.
Mate, every single. I'm like, right, calm down, people, man.
It's definitely the hype of the fitness space in there.
Big time.
Functional fitness, guys.
I know, so obviously I was like to get a new client, CrossFit client. Look, I'm actually looking forward to it. Completely different. Our training style now is she's a maniac. And she was like, I'm going to be doing high rocks. I'm like, so is that CrossFit? She's like, no. I'm like, what's that then? And she's like, it's just functional fitness. I'm like, so what's CrossFit?
CrossFit's an actual licensed training method. So you can't teach CrossFit unless you have it licensed. Mm-hmm. I think the course is like £1,200. But that's just it's a way around. It's like, okay, we like the idea of the competition with CrossFit. This sort of hybrid athlete is what it's been referred to, where you run, you lift weights. There's power, there's endurance, there's fucking just all sorts. Don't get me wrong, like it's catching me a wee bit. I'm like,
it's not catching me.
Kind of fancy doing something like that. So, but then again, I do something like that yesterday. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Aye.
But what I wanted to actually talk about, see, yesterday that's my first run since 2014, right? 9 years, no running. All I've been doing, lifting weights. I've done high rep ranges, low rep ranges. I've got a strong, trained full body. More importantly, trained movement patterns, full range of motion, worked on my mobility. And I've done a pretty good time for 5K. I didn't realise how good that time was until people were messaging me. I was like, is that your time for 5K? And I was like, aye. So I Googled it. It's like the average 5K, if you're untrained, will be like over 30 minutes, 35 minutes, I think it said.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh? And it said intermediate 25. I was like, look at this. But honestly, this is I've got a history.
The outside, mate.
I know it's got to be different outside, right? And in fairness,
Just wanted to hurt your feelings there, sorry.
but the treadmill that I'm using is there's no power on it. It's not as if I can keep the pace. I control the pace on that treadmill.
No, I
anyway.
know.
But I'm going to go to the track up at Airdrie. Have you seen that? It's all getting done up.
I've not seen that. I've seen that, but that's where somebody in JD told me to go run. I was like,
so
actually, just enjoy the feeling of just running outside.
Aye. Years of training all these movement patterns, it sets you up for this cardio health. A lot of people get it wrong, and don't get me wrong, it was my heart rate, I think, was 170 flat all the way through it.
Aye, see, when I done my first run, I was like, is that normal?
And that's something that I can go, right, that's the measurement I'm trying to improve. It's not the time, it's not the pace, all that's cool, but it's about heart health more than anything to me doing this sort of endurance stuff. But don't get me wrong, it is quite cool to see the time and try and beat a time. So in my head, I like the idea of it, whether it's how far off it and how much my training would need to be. I don't think I would sacrifice losing more mass to get just a 5 minute mile for the sake of it.
With cardio, I enjoy it until somebody says you need to beat this time, you need to get this time, and then I just don't like it.
Which is weird because you're training for an arbitrary number just
now.
I
know. No,
it's weird, isn't it? It's like
but
almost the same
as
thing.
soon as somebody puts it in cardio, I go, this isn't enjoyable to me anymore.
I fucking ruined it.
I just enjoy going a run and just enjoy. I enjoy the outside more than the actual. The fact it's just you're challenging yourself a little bit. You're enjoying the time. It's hard, and then you're stopping when you're trying to beat a time all the time. It's like the extra pressure on yourself. I don't enjoy well doing cardio.
Yeah, I think there's an art to programming it, which I don't know too much about in all honesty. But I know you run at your slowest pace, and you do. Gavin's doing it now. He's actually following like a running program now. I think he's going to try and do a marathon and that sort of stuff. So
how funny is these running clubs, man? They all get together.
So what's this new one? Did you see them at the weekend?
I seen them.
I don't know too much about them, but they've got
hundreds of people, mate.
Overnight, it was like a fucking big ass following. What's her name? Because I seen it and it was like hype, and I was like, "Just running."
Said it about minute.
Aye. No, but I follow the guy who does the video. What do you call it? Video editor or camera guy
for them?
For them, aye.
Right. And there's hundreds of folk, mate. I was like, what the fuck?
And I looked at it and I was like, is that just meeting up and running? But running, see, when we talk about cults, CrossFit,
heavy.
Mad fucking cultists,
cult,
right? But next up is definitely runners, man.
Aye,
runners and cyclists, they're like, don't you fuck with us, man.
Aye.
Where's your uniform?
Aye.
What shoes are they? Where's your high vis? Honestly, it is. They're so like, they're a cult. And then, I guess let's try and rank this. Where would you say? I don't think bodybuilding is too. Wouldn't even break the top 5 with a cult.
No.
Powerlifting definitely up there. That's a cult.
Mate. That's a cult, mate. That's how I don't go to like big powerlifting gyms, because I don't enjoy that environment.
What do you not like about it?
It's just not me. Do you get me? Like, just I'm just.
You went to a hostel a few times, didn't you?
Aye, it's just not me.
Nah.
It's just not. I'm just not that way. I just like to do my own thing.
Do you know what's funny? Because I think. Is it true? I actually don't know if this is true or not. You can tell us. You probably don't like it is because a lot of the people that end up going to these gyms, it's all ego driven. It's just one rep max and hype. Fucking
a lot of hype. So see,
very few of them are actually following a good program like you are and really peaking their strength and doing it properly.
It's actually quite funny because see Jamal. Do you know Jamal Browner?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so he was made a funny video and he was like, right, I'm going to get hyped like these people on Instagram, and he was in the corner and he walked up to the thing, he's like, right, come on, and he went to lift it, he's like, I can't lift it. He's like, I don't know how people do this every week.
Yeah.
And I'm the same. I just go in and do my session, get in my mind and then do it. I find all that like, come on.
It's a lot of like emotional and mental stress though when you
so much. It's so stressful.
But this plays into the same point why I'm kind of against equipment in a way to a certain extent, because if you're using all these tools and you need all these things, these smelling salts, the pre-workout, all the way to your fucking ritual, how you put your belt on, how you put your wraps on, and then the tunes that you play, the people that you have around, what happens when you've not got that? Like, in a way, like, you've not really got the true strength to do it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, man.
Because there's a new form of powerlifters coming out. like more so in England, and it's like they're like
Hype.
the lads.
What,
Do you get me?
I've seen the American. What's it called? The Millie Grip. What are they called? It's to be high school guys, and it all started as a trend where they were seeing who had the strongest grip,
Right.
and then it's this wee one guy, and he's strong for a 17-year-old. And it's all his pals try to beat him, seeing how many plates they can hold and all that sort of stuff. And it's just a big trend now. Now it's like just they're all hyping each other up. And they're like, yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
No. I mean, just like let's see, like just lads, like just the lads, but they just got in it. They got really strong, and then they enjoyed it. It's not like a pure like.
Oh right.
Do you
so
get me?
Opposite of what I'm saying.
It's the complete opposite way.
Could have stopped me. I was like, oh,
No,
that's your like that.
I didn't know what you're talking about. I was like, I still don't really know what you're talking about.
I'll show you after the
Aye,
podcast.
show me. I think I can get an idea of the Americans you're talking about because they're mental.
Aye, they're fucking mad.
But no, it's like more like they're obviously fucking clearly into the gym because they're fucking strong as fuck. But it's more like they just have fun in that as well. Do you know what I mean? They're just like fucking here we fucking go. It's not like we're in the gym, we're fucking smashing it, we're here like fucking like I love my heavy metal, I love my hard sell and that, but it's not like that. Do you get me? It's not like, oh, get in the fucking zone, fucking stamp foot cunts. It's just like, right, we're here to fucking lift, right? Lift, go, cool, let's go out. Do you know what I mean? Let's go and scran. It's hard, I don't even know what I'm trying to describe here either. Do you know what I mean, though?
Aye, no, I get that, but
It's a different vibe.
other cults, I think the hybrid fucking community, that's
man.
definitely
Big cult.
so bro, how many box burpee jump over the bars did you do? 0, mate. And you'll never see me do them.
Mate,
But don't get me wrong, like, I do fancy doing one of these events.
Burpees over the bar, man, that makes me spew.
Aye, just burpees in general.
Aye.
You don't need burpees in your program, folks.
No,
But this is the thing that everybody gets confused with. Like, these become trends, and nothing wrong with a trend. Everybody's obviously, the reason it's so hyped up is because it's pretty successful. Everybody's doing it, but it starts to like cast a net out to people who get this FOMO, like I am, and don't really have the structure or the foundation or knowledge behind their sort of training and just jump straight into it. They end up injuring themselves, or the other thing happens where they get so obsessed with it, it becomes more this sort of unhealthy obsession, where it's just
That's
like
where
this is how
life.
you have to train.
This is
it.
life.
Aye, and I'm gonna say it kind of follows the suit of the fitness classes. Most of these people who like this are adrenaline junkies. They need this sort of this hype and this spark. But I'll be the guy that's signing up next and last.
Hi, Rocks.
Aye.
I know. See what you've got: functional fitness. You've got strongman, which is different again. They're definitely
Strongman's a wee bit of a cult.
Oh, that's a cult, mate. That's a big cult, man.
True. They just had that. Gio's got the Scottish Strongest Man coming on his podcast. The guy
Has
who
he?
won it, and tomorrow night.
Class.
Aye, so he's coming over. Good to meet him. Try and get him on the pod.
That'd be mad.
Aye, Strongman's definitely up there. Who else? See, the thing is, bodybuilding, I don't know if they don't make it just because we're very biased. But then again,
It's
thank
just
you,
'cause
Sam
there's so-
Sulek and C-Bums
So
following.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was like, "Let's talk about Sam Sulek," and I'm like, "It's no, I don't like the guy. I hate the full message to do it. I hate it all. It is a cult because I actually see people in doing that for their shoulders, and I'm like, they've got to bench press after this because I've watched Sam Sulek. I'm go, they're just frying their own nut. Do you know that way? And I go, they're going to look at Sam Sulek and go, that's an achievable physique.
You think so? I don't think people are looking at him going, that's you think
16,
so?
17-year-olds?
Honestly?
Absolutely, mate. They don't have a fucking clue.
I know they'll be influenced the same way we were influenced. We're like, who's the biggest guy? Fuck, let's follow
There's
his stuff.
10% right who are going to smash it and get to a good size and go, right, I'm actually good at this and I'm never going to make that there. Cool, I get it. And then there's a 90% who are training half-arsed, eating shite, sometimes going to shite genetics, who are going to be like, how can I not get anywhere near that? Not even slightly close. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They won't even get anywhere near it.
So what would you think of, take Sam Sulek out of the equation, a life where he never came into it, or one without him? That's the same thing. One without Sam Sulek, or one with Sam Sulek. So in a way, it maybe does do what it done to us. It kind of kickstarts our health and fitness journey, and it kind of starts us on a path. Is it the best path to start on? Arguably not.
No, mine was terrible, mate.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Mine was a Simon Panda split.
Yeah.
Why is my chest no big yet?
Aye. I actually look back at Joseph Rakic and I go, like, cause I thought he was like, I thought I could look.
What's he up to? Is he still a bit?
Is he in Dubai and all that, mate? Fucking making millions.
100k PT.
But no, I'd never say without a guy. But I don't know why he's blew up the way he has. But it wasn't him, it was somebody else. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, there's always somebody.
But there was that Alex Eubank, and he was natural. Do you know what I mean? And he's massive.
Before you get caught out.
No, it was a joke. He'd put in he'd wrote in a YouTube comment. He was on everything.
Am I thinking of the same guy? What's his name?
Alex Eubank.
EU.
EU bank guy.
Blonde hair.
Yeah.
He did. He get found out.
No, it was a joke. It was a joke in a YouTube comment.
You sure?
Aye. He doesn't. He's not took any. But he probably will because he's in that space. He's like 170 pounds. He's not a big guy, but he's natural. And he was before Sam, and then Sam like came and just blew up, mate.
By the way, wee man.
I'm the boss.
So speaking of programs, speaking of cults, speaking of what is the right place to start on, we have something pretty exciting.
Yeah,
we are. I think today, this is the kick-off launch day.
Yeah.
So at the point of recording this, we've got a lot of work to do, but we're going to have it done by the time that you lovely listeners listen to this podcast. And that's what the fitness topic's going to be about today. We want to talk about workout structure, and we want to talk about the product that we have put together for you guys to give a try and kind of bring our modality of training to the fitness space. I think there's if I came across a program where I think they've done it pretty well, we're always going to be biased, but
yeah.
I'm not saying that I've not followed some fantastic programs, but if you think about workout splits just now, I'm yet to meet someone that I meet and we talk about their workout history, and it's back and buys, quads, and
push pull legs,
rear delts. It's the most bizarre splits ever, you know what I mean? So, and what I want to explain, and we've done a couple of episodes on this, like the importance of full body training first of all. So yes, you guys give us your time, you listen to us, and you don't need to feel obliged to buy our program that we put together, but I want you guys leaving today's podcast and have a good understanding of why full body training, if you haven't tried it out, is such a fucking hidden gem to definitely try out if you haven't already. Now, you don't have to buy a program from us necessarily. We've got a free one, which is kind of full body based. You might want to build your own, but I want you guys to leave with today's episode and go, you know what? That actually sounds like something I want to do.
Yeah.
And kind of communicate all the benefits that all of our clients have experienced, what we've experienced, and just the power of putting together this program.
It's so funny. See, when I first started my journey back into the gym, maybe a year in, when I was like, I'm going to become a PT, I was like, I'm going to train guys to change the way I did. And then you get into the fitness space and you just see how many people either get into the gym and quit, or just don't get into the gym at all because they've got the complete opposite view of what it can actually do for you.
Yeah, so
you know that way?
In my head, this comes down to two things that end up happening. One, they see what needs to be done, so they're faced with, right, okay, who's about and who's getting a... Because let's be honest, most people are doing it for physique at this point, right?
Yeah.
If they're fit, we're all driven. Like, very few people are doing it for their health, and hopefully by the end of this episode, and if you've listened to a number of our episodes, I'm pretty sure you're in agreement that there's more to this game than try to look a certain way.
Yeah.
But you're faced with, right, okay, who's got a good physique, and then you're like, oh, Sam Sulek, right? Let me listen to his advice. Oh fuck, he loves the gym, right? I need to love the gym. Oh, he's doing a 6-day-a-week split. I need to do a 6-day-a-week split. So you get caught up in this whirlwind when there's actually a number of stepping stones before you would want to get to that point.
It's like these people who do CrossFit, and then sometimes
they're attracted to it.
No, but it's not even that. It's like, if I am a powerlifter and I'm a CrossFitter or I'm a strongman, did I get into the gym training that way to start with? No. No one would do well starting a strongman block. No one would do well starting a powerlifting block. No one would do well starting a CrossFit block if they've never trained before.
Yeah, and I'll preface that with saying that no matter what you do when you start, you have newbie games, so you have a fantastic response.
You're no used to anything.
You have nothing to compare it to, so you will see results. However, arguably, I'm sure we would both, if we had to go back and do it again, we would start more with a full body routine, compound lifts, because what that does, that lays the foundations and builds these stepping stones to then you start to pick up maybe an interest in CrossFit. Cool. You start going down that route. And anyone that we spoke to in the CrossFit world, they have years of good understanding of lifts and that sort of stuff.
They're already good at lifting.
And I think in a way, depending on the CrossFit box you go to, you could get away with going straight into that. But again, you're going into a class environment. You have a 5-minute coach. You have a coach who has 15 people in front of you. You're not going to get much kind of coaching skill in terms of learning the deadlift, the snatch, whatever it is that you then run through on your WOD and whatever weird and wonderful language you
whatever they do.
But I think a lot of people in the fitness space and wherever they get to, if they have a similar outlook to us, where it's beyond kind of looking a certain way, it's about longevity, it's about healthy energy, good balance, but feeling strong is the commonality between it. We would all agree that starting with full body compound movements is the way to go.
Yep.
So if you had to do it all over and you were starting from scratch, what's the kind of key things that you're trying to tell your younger self? Forget about the actual workouts just now, but like younger yous in the gym, and they're like, mate, I'm skinny, I just need to get massive.
I know, it's so hard at that
That's
point.
a bodybuilding split I need to do.
It's so hard. Like, if I was to go back to 9-year-old me, just before I started, man, it'd be so hard to tell myself this. But to do it, there would be such big benefits to, like, my journey, I would be so much further ahead. Do you know what I mean? If I had to do this kind of program straight away. Know that you would think it, because you look at it and you go, that looks fucking shite. Do you know that way? Like, initially, you're like, how's that going to work for me? And but what I tell myself is, get mobile, make sure your shoulders are fucking, you can go right up here, make sure your hips can open right up, make sure when you do a squat, there's no pain. After deadlifts, is there any pain? Do you know what I mean? It's funny because I was deadlifting the other day when I done my 230 and then I done my back offs, and the guy who was beside me came up to me the next day and he was like, how's your back? And I was like, fine. Do you know that way?
Most misconception,
Biggest misconception ever. But like, to be fair, after heavy deadlifts back in the day, would I get some pain somewhere? Usually probably my glute, and it's because I'd never done any mobility work.
Yeah.
As soon as I started adding mobility work in, I went, well, I've missed it. And now if you start with that, you're not even needing to overdo your mobility work. You're not needing to look into certain exercises for your mobility. See, if you're just starting and you're going, I'm starting doing a lot of mobility straight away, fuck man, your injury risk is right down, which means you can consistently train for such a long period of time.
Yeah, so the training modality, when you're doing full body, there's less frequency that you do within the week. And I think, I'll tell you, in fact, back when I was 21, 22, when I done my first full body kind of block of training, this was the first time in my whole lifting career. At this point, I've been lifting since the age of 15-ish, 16. So 5 years of lifting, and it was all bro splits. It was sort of YouTube arm workout could we do, right? So it was always 6 days a week. And I remember getting this program, and it was like, right, 3 days a week. Was it 3 days a week? First phase, 2 sets. I was like, 2 sets?
That's like, what mine are as well.
I was like, get fucked. I was like, it's going to be so easy. So here's me, young, arrogant, young 20-year-old, just came off my juicy cycle and all that sort of stuff. So I'm thinking, you know what, I'll try it. Let me just let me try and challenge my thought process a wee bit, because I'm curious about health and fitness this point of view. And I'm not even kidding, throughout this 12-week program that I'd done, hitting compound movements for the first time in life and realising that my compounds weren't great and practising the skill of them for the first half of the programme, and then the back half getting strong at them and doing different rep ranges and exposing my body to just a structure that changes with a bit more savviness than just going, oh, right, instead of doing squats, we'll do leg press, or instead of bicep curls, we'll do cable bicep curls. Instead of just swapping basic stuff out, like something that has a natural progression to the next phase. I've seen the best results I ever had without being anabolically enhanced. So if we're talking about appearance here, this is what I'm saying to my younger self. This is how I'm trying to convince that younger person that, look,
you will look better.
You will see a huge difference. And not only that, the program that you can then follow up with, you've got some solid ass foundations because you've built a good amount of strength. Now, here's the kind of unwritten part of following some sort of full body routine. We said frequency. You're not in the gym 6 days a week. Your idiot friend that's in the gym 6 days a week and you're going 3, 2 maybe, if you're however you're deciding to follow this, you're going to see more results than what they are, and they're going to be busting their ass more. It's as simple as that, because you're going to have more time to manage your stress, more time to focus on the things out with the gym that is way overlooked.
So here's one thing I would say to that, and this might be a slightly counterintuitive. I think someone who starts training 5 times a week will see more progress instantly. But this is a massive but, and this is what I found when I was doing like heavy push-pull legs, 3 times on, 1 time off, 3 times on, 1 time off, and I started feeling shite. My strength actually started decreasing. I was like fucking fatigued as fuck. I was like, this isn't. I was like, I'm getting up and I'm going, but I'm getting worse. You know what I mean? So somebody who starts training like that straight away, they'll see instant progress, but then they'll get injured. Then they'll burn out. They'll go, why can I not keep this up? And then they'll start training 4 times a week, 3 times a week. But by the time they're training 3 times a week, they've no planned a 3 time a week session.
So they're missing.
They're missing major parts, and then they're actually starting to decrease. And then they start falling. Like you see it, people fall in love with training all the time.
Yeah.
And the reason is because they're trying to do too much, too often at the stage they're at. Now, with a full body plan, if you're doing it for such a long period of time and you've built a strong body and you go, fuck, I'm feeling strong, I think I can do a 4th day.
Yeah.
Then that's when you do that. But you don't go into it straight away.
Yeah.
You build it up.
Give yourself a good.
Then by the time when your friend is, some people can keep this up for a long time, the 5-6 days a week, and they can. But usually a lot of time they're young.
I bet it comes down to grit. It comes down to let's be honest.
They don't have high stress either.
There's no many challenges in life. Like there's no fucking easy-ish job. Very straightforward. There's no mortgage. There's no relationship worries. The majority of the time, it's like coming out of school. Life is a wee bit simpler in a way, isn't it? So you've got this time, which is fantastic. You've got all this time, but that's where I'd argue, like doing this style of program, the time that you would normally spend in the gym doing these other things, doing mobility, reading up on some other thing, getting educated on another skill that goes out with your training. So focusing on your career, focusing on reading a book of your choice, like, you know what I mean? Like I think we forget that our world shouldn't revolve around the gym. No. The gym is definitely a vehicle to help us benefit more from life, but there's other things in life, and health and fitness is holistic. So you have a nutrition component, and then you've got your stress management, you got your sleep, you got your faith, I guess, if you follow any of the spiritual stuff. Then you got your family, your friends, your relationships. If you're a gym rat like Sam Sulek, for example, you can say he's arguably he's quite a lonely guy, man. And he's definitely a sweetheart at that, and he's dead. You can see
such a nice guy,
down to earth, but he is, I think, 1 in a million people who
enjoy that lifestyle.
And let's be honest, he's monetizing that lifestyle just now. It's great when we're younger and we've got the access to do that. But then we get to a point where majority of our listeners are kind of hovering around the age of 30 and above and whatnot, where we're in this point in life and we're like, man, I'm struggling to get into the gym, struggling to find this routine. And it's because of years of history built up of, it needs to be like that. It needs to be like the 5 day a week split, the 4 day a week split. When arguably there's a side of training that you've not even tapped into. Yeah. So training full body, this sort of style of training, in terms of how you program that, it has to be the exercises are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. Biggest bang for your buck, and how you measure progress is going to break down very simply to, well, a couple of things that you might not think about. So obviously, multiple muscle groups working at one time. Yeah. Ones that require more joint mobility and movement patterns that translate into everyday life. Yep. How you're measuring progress, it's not just weight though. This is the best thing about full body, I feel. What other program do you get the opportunity to focus on your hip range of motion 3 times a week? Aye. Or your shoulder range of motion 3 times a week? Now, arguably the guys would probably be working that more because they're used to benching 3 times a week, you know what I mean? But how often do you have this balanced approach to your body where every movement pattern, from a push, pull, overhead press, pull down, hinge over or bend over, and stand up and sit down. Like, what else challenges that? What other workout kind of split would challenge that? You might be thinking, how is that going to make me?
And it also makes you think about your body. So people go, right, I'm going to hit quads, right? But when you're doing a squat, you're more thinking, right, I'm keeping my upper back tight, I'm opening the hips, I'm getting the knees over the toes, I'm keeping my feet flat. You're not thinking about the quads anymore. You're thinking about your full body. How is my full body movement? Whereas when you're not as educated and you've got to do a squat, you're thinking quads.
Squeeze.
Aye. Instead of going, right, how am I actually feeling doing this movement?
Yeah.
And then when you go out the gym, you're so much stronger and you're feeling it and you're understanding it and you're standing up and sitting down so much easier and better. You're getting out of bed better and you're like, right, this is the purpose behind this. Getting bigger quads, getting bigger biceps is great, but being able to do daily life with power and quickness, you feel it.
Aye. You need foundations though to even get bigger quads and bigger biceps.
You do.
You end up in a position where you're so strong in one muscle group that you cause an injury to your point. An imbalance as well is our thing. But that's again how most people get injured.
Yeah.
Because they're training what they see. They're then posture. Like, fuck, how many folk have we met where their posture's like
so rounded.
For us guys, like, you even see a difference in just, you look at someone, you're like, they don't look athletic. They don't look mobile.
They
might be strong. Well done. You can bench press fucking hundreds of weight, but you've got so weak upper back muscles and rear delt muscles. I seen Mike Israel kind of comment on this, and I disagreed with what he had to say. He's like, it's not as if you're just your forward shoulder and these muscles are turned off and they're weak. He goes, there's nothing wrong with this upper crossing. It's a made up term. No, it's not. If you deal with the average people and like day in, day out, have office jobs, the amount of neck strain, back pain, everything that they have, and when we start working on strengthening some of these muscles that help pull the posture back into position, not only does their posture get better, but they are pain fucking free. I actually was very surprised because I like your stuff, and it was one of them. I was like,
I've seen the video of posture.
I was like, really? But this is then again, this is coming from a bodybuilding where it's about strength and fucking power and the way that the muscle looks, of course. So we'll move away from how you look just now, because I think if we hammer this point home, we'll come back to that and how you can think you feel with that. So compound movements is where all the full body program makes up, and this is why you want to start your first phase of kind of lighter weight, high-ish reps but minimum sets. You can play about with this depending on what you're programming for yourself. But you're doing that because as soon as you go from squats to deadlifts or squats to a hip hinge, it's quite taxing on the body. I don't care how advanced you are at lifting. If you've not lifted full body before, and remember it to this day, in fact I still do it, where I'm like, man, forget how demanding these compound movements can be. Mate, tiring. It can be tiring.
See my powerlifting plan. See if I'm not feeling that day, I'm like, oh my God.
I know. What do I do now? So all these sort of things are very important to program in, and how it's programming can be argued, but that's why when we move on to the point, we'll talk you through what we've done and how we've programmed it, and what we're kind of releasing for you. So outside the gym, I have this fear in my head that I've not checked.
I was wondering what you're doing there.
I just realised I didn't plug in the thing. Let me just check it.
Okay.
Outside the gym.
What are you doing? Oh, right. I was like, where's he going?
Just when I looked at it, I was like, didn't check that.
Hello.
Fucking having another episode because that ruined my whole fucking week.
Inside the gym.
So outside the gym, let's kind of share some of our clients' experiences. So what's your clients notice from kind of applying this style of training?
Right, so I'll say Bennett's story because I love Bennett's story because she reminds me the other day, and I completely forgot about it. When she came to me, very overweight, I said to her, we're building foundations. Simple movements. I was like, whatever you can do, we do. We do it super slow. And she'll still say to me this day, see the first 4 weeks, they don't even count. I was like, no, they're the reason you're here right now. Because she said to me, we didn't even really do anything in the 4 weeks. I was like, no, we done everything in the 4 weeks. The only reason you can do this squat and that deadlift is because you done the 4 weeks. The simplest movements on the planet with super lightweight. Sometimes we didn't even use any weight. And I showed her how to walk on her heels and everything because she was walking on the side of her feet a wee bit. I showed her to make sure how she was walking properly. We done movements ever so slowly. And then she can walk to the gym like 30 minutes down, 30 minutes back. She can squat heavy. She can deadlift heavy. Because she could start walking more, she was like, this is a bigger problem that a lot of people who are overweight have. Walking is actually really difficult. Do you know that way? So you get your steps in, it hurts. Hurts their back, hurts everything. So if you can quickly develop the full body muscles to be able to hold herself up, have the posture like we're speaking about, they can actually move more, so they can actually progress on their journey quicker than if they were just following a bodybuilding split and they were just building their shoulders or whatever. And quickly, she was losing weight so quickly because she could move more, and straight away, so much happier in life. The funniest thing, no, the funniest, I don't even know why I said that there. One of the first things she ever told me was our granddaughter calls her "ooh," because every time she went to bend down and pick her up, she would go "ooh."
That's funny.
And do you know what I mean? And she would call her granny "ooh," because that's what she would always do.
Always in pain.
And the very first time she never done it, she was like, "Why'd you not go "oh"?" And she came in and told me, she was like, "I don't have any pain going to pick up my granddaughter now."
And this is so, I fucking love that sort of feedback. This is just one of many bits of
many
benefits of training full body, and more importantly, training compound lifts, understanding the technical ability behind it and getting strong at it.
Aye.
Because it transpires to this fucking strong ass lifestyle.
Aye.
And when you think of strong, you think of big, bulky, fat, fucking
strong as fuck, man.
Aye,
Just they can lift everything in the planet.
And that's not. We're trying to redefine what strong means here. Strong is going to be firstly individualised, right? It's going to be not being able to go up and down the stairs without your back hurting, to being able to go up and down the stairs. There's a confidence part that in that story as well that you're saying there, that if you build that confidence, man, you think of how much of a better person you are in your circle of friends, family, relationship, whatever it is. We hammer this point home a lot, and that all comes from these
your body moving better.
Aye.
Your body moving better.
Comes through this foundations built inside the gym. And if she came to you and was like, look, I'm in a lot of pain every time I walk and that sort of stuff. You went, right.
Push, pull legs.
Aye, right, we're just going to focus on, obviously, right, okay, you want to lose weight.
10K steps.
Let's just cut your calories. Let's get you focused on body fit. And here's the sweetest fucking benefit of this as well. You put the emphasis on the program, say, right, okay, we're going to do push and this is going to work this bit of your body. We're going to do legs and this works this bit of your body. And we do pull and it's going to work your back. So subconsciously, we don't realise as trainers telling our clients a push-pull leg split, they're going home and they're checking their back out. No, don't really see a difference. They're checking their legs out. No, don't really see a difference. The fucking one thing I love about full body training, it's like, look, we're building foundations. Your goal's weight loss and your goal's to look better, but we need to get some other traits in order first. We need to get you moving well, understanding the lifts, and then before you know it, you're 6-8 weeks down the line and they're like, I just got a compliment at work, like how well I'm looking.
Aye.
Interesting.
That's
the focus isn't been on that. However, the beauty of this training, the byproduct, it happens.
So I'll tell you my own story here, right? And I was actually really happy the other day. So I walked into the gym and powerlifting is full body. Obviously, the training that I do is more advanced. It's heavy in the body. It's taxing, but it is full body. Like, it's always full body.
Movement patterns.
It's all the big movement patterns consistently, and it's working on the smaller muscles as well. So if they're in the movement, and there's no muscles that aren't hit. You know what I mean? I'm hitting every single muscle, minus the calves.
That's why he's got a bandage fucking wrapped around his knee.
Walked in, and Big Dale was like, sat me down, and he's like, "You're looking fucking amazing right now." I was like, "Fuck, I don't know what I was expecting for him to say." He's like, "You're looking really good since you started." But I knew him when I first started Exercise for Less, so that's what I thought he was talking about. And he was like, "You were always bottom heavy, and now you're top heavy." And the the goal with my training is not to get top heavy. Do you get me? So I was like, that's really fucking good to hear. This means that this training philosophy, even powerlifting is slightly different for full body, but again, it's just full body in a slightly different variation. And I was like, good, because that means that this picked up and this is still good. And he was like, no, I mean, since you started training in here, so like 6 months ago. So in 6 months, he's seen the difference in me by doing, I was like, I'm only doing powerlifting. He's like, the only thing I would change is I would broaden your shoulders. I was like, I said to him, I'm not really bothered about that, like, because I'm not going to change my training style, because that's like, it's not about getting bigger up here or hang me down here. It's about getting stronger in a total sense. And he was like, no, like, in 6 months, I've seen a massive difference.
Yeah,
and I was like, that wasn't the goal, but that's the outcome.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's like such a fantastic byproduct. So back when I was doing my full body training, first experienced it, that's when I noticed at the end of the 12 weeks, I spent 6 years trying to grow my chest.
Aye,
and
so strange, innit?
With less volume and less fancy machine exercises and less 5 exercises for the one muscle group, my chest grew for the first time in that period of time. Now, in a way, it could have been a number of different reasons why this happened, but to this day, I'll still hold my hand up and go, you know what, that's because I've done full body training. But so then I fell in love with it, right, and ran it back to back, various different types of splits, advanced part, went into powerlifting, went into strongman, still all principles based on full body training, moved away from the push-pull leg or muscle group type of splits. And then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to go back to some of these splits, stronger than I ever was.
Yeah.
And that's the underrated part as well. Like, if you're strong and have good mobility around the movements, your splits are you run a split block after one of your full body splits, you'll see a fantastic
that's what I was going to say. There's no that these splits are bad. I just would never start on them. Like, I would say to myself, please don't start on these splits.
Yeah.
Do you know that way?
And this is what's kind of brought us to, I think I've spoken about this in a previous episode, that I love the idea of the name Starting Strong.
Yeah.
I like the idea of whether you're advanced, beginner, intermediate, there's nothing really out there that kind of says, right, here's how we would program a full body split and here's what we would do over the next 12 weeks. And that's what we're excited to kind of share with you guys today. So kind of kickstart that program again and relaunching the Bulletproof Coaching Starting Strong. Myself and James have came together on this and kind of went over what's worked really well for our clients and put together this 12-week program. So I think we should talk through a bit what that entails.
Right.
And then within this episode, if you've got any questions off the back of it, there'll be a Q&A on Spotify if you're listening. Just reply to that if you do have questions, or you can obviously reach out to us on Instagram.
Yeah.
So, Starting Strong, this is going to be the program that we want to see. You can run this anywhere in the world, but I want to see more of this in Scotland. I want people talking about this, because all I see just now is crazy high rocks training, crazy fucking CrossFit training, or crazy body split training, right?
Aye.
Right now, at this time of year, we're not really thinking about January. We're not really thinking about next summer holiday. And I will guarantee, if you put in the work, what we've laid out in this program over the next 12 weeks, you will have an amazing foundation and you'll see some of the best results you've ever seen, because especially if you're not trained this way.
Aye, if you're not trained this way, especially.
And I'm saying that as a guarantee. You obviously need to kind of show up and put the work in, which we'll talk on how we're going to make this offer a wee bit more special for you. So let's talk through the phases. Let's talk through the workouts and that sort of stuff. This 12-week program is not just one workout that you repeat for the next 12 weeks. We split this down into 3 different phases, which basically means that the first phase, there's a set workout routine that you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Within the second phase, there's a set routine that changes. And then the second phase, going into the third phase, is the most exciting phase, the spicy phase. So I'll run through just kind of what we've said of the pillars, and we can just have a chat around the kind of reasoning why. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, prepping the foundations, phase 1, pouring the concrete, your technical phase, phase 2, and phase 3, building the structural frame, which is our strength. So you said there, like, one of the things that if you had to go back and do would be focusing on that technical ability right at the start. Why is that being important to you and your clients when you're training them?
So when I first started back the gym again, like I remember looking back when so pre-COVID and after COVID, 2 different styles of training, and I followed a powerlifter and I was like, how can he lift that much weight? I was like, that's insane. I was like, how does he do this? And then he was talking about techniques and I was like, I've never heard anybody speak like this before. And then I was looking more into it, I was like, I think I could do that, but I would need to get really, really good at it. Do you know what I mean? And I went into the gym and I was watching everything. I was like, nobody does this. And I was like, nobody in this kind of gym does this. And I was like, right, I want to do that. And then quickly I learned, like, it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard. And then quickly I picked up niggles because the way I used to train was like...
overpowered muscles.
Yeah.
So you're strong halfway through a squat.
And back at the start, I didn't do any mobility. Mm-hmm. I was just going in, warming up a wee bit. I was doing like stupid warm-ups when I look back. And I was like, I was getting like glute pain and I was getting a lot of pain. And I wasn't getting injuries as such, but I was getting too fatigued in some areas of the body. And I had grit and determination, so we will speak about that. And I just pushed through and I got really strong quite quickly.
Most players do, don't they?
But at that point in my life, I wasn't a personal trainer. I didn't have a lot of stress. My job was easy, and I can look back and go, I had the grit and determination because there wasn't a lot happening and I had one focus. Yeah. I was going to get a lot stronger. When I started in Gym 24, that's just before that, I was starting to get into mobility, and then I met you and I was like, I'll start taking this mobility more serious. And obviously got in a relationship, and my training tail back then. Knew that I'm at that, and I do mobility before every single session. I am way stronger than I ever have been, and I'm probably lighter than I was just before, maybe the same weight as I was last year, and I'm so much stronger. Aye. Yeah, I've injured my knee, right?
Aye, but it's not going to make you injury free.
But the difference from doing no mobility to mobility, your lifts are so much better. I mean, it's hard to describe how empowering doing big squats are in a gym. And I don't mean big, I mean big for you. Like, see when you walk into a gym and you've done 60 the week before and you do 65, and you're like, fuck man, I'm getting stronger.
Put it this way,
so
like squats is one of
describe.
them that most people shy away from because it looks too dangerous and scary.
Mm-hmm.
Just like why you got a comment from the guy, oh, is your back sore?
Aye.
They deadlifts the other day. And this is the misconception about these lifts. These lifts is movement patterns that you do every single day, and if you don't use them, you will lose that ability.
Yeah.
You might not notice it now in your 20s if you're listening to this, but if you're listening in your 50s, you know what I'm talking about.
Mate, 30s these days. 30s.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I've said to you before. I'm
Easy.
excited to go into my 30s and see what my friends around me and like how their mobility's changing. Like, you know what, Dale, you're actually a wee bit right with training those movement patterns.
Absolutely.
So the first phase in this is all kind of laying the foundations. If you can compare this to building a house, doesn't matter how nice the house is, if it's built on top of sand,
you're fucked.
You're fucked. So the foundations that gets laid, this is where we programmed one workout day and we made it repetitive for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. For the 2 weeks where you're running through that and you're getting used to full body training. So you're doing the whole lifting. I guarantee you'll be like, is that it? You wake up the next day and you're like, I've never felt like this before.
As long as you can turn your mind on, every workout can be difficult if you try.
It can be, but I want to kind of hammer the point home that you're going to look at this and go, I could probably do another set.
Aye.
Don't add any sets into this if you're going to follow this, just for the sake of doing it. What I would say with any program that you follow, trust it.
Follow it to a T.
Aye, trust it for the what's laid out. And then if you want to rerun it, that's when you make adjustments because you know some things have been programmed.
You'll know this. The biggest problem that everybody has in the gym is I can do more. Like, well done. So can I.
Aye.
So can you. And it's...
But why?
Exactly. That's what I say. One of my clients, amazing, smashes it all the time. And she was like, I could do more though. I'm like, but I fucking no programmed you to do more. I did actually say that to her, by the way, because I'm like, fucking hell, you fucking bum. But it's hard to describe to someone, but if someone's programmed something in a way where they've genuinely sat down and looked at it and went, right, they programmed it for day 1 to day 12, or week 1 to week 12, like we have, there is a reason for every single stage, and it's the reason why it looks so easy is because it's meant to be a little bit easier here and a lot harder here.
Yeah.
Now, if you start too hard at week 1,
You're gassed by week 4.
week 4's fucked.
The way I would just say to you is that question. If you feel that you can do more, the answer then always goes back to but why? If you can get the same response, the same muscle breakdown to stimulate more strength in a half an hour workout, why would you want to do 4 more when it becomes overtraining? This is the fine line that people
Also in
skip
week
up.
1 and week 2, see if you feel you can do more. Good. Because see if you,
That means you're ready.
if you can't do more,
Aye.
you're fucked.
Exactly, because and this is speaking to this part of the program. This is the chill bit, and this is where you're taught, and this will be the hardest thing for most people following it, where they're in a technical phase and it's like, right, nah, I'm ready, or you're in the prepping the foundations, like, nah, I can do more than this. You've probably always trained like bang, 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 beast mode, beast mode, beast mode. And this is the first time in your training career where you're going to have to go, right, I need to trust this, I need to just take my time, work on the technique. You're going to leave the gym go, no, it's sweaty, don't feel as sore. You got to wake up the next day and it's going to compound, and I guarantee in that first couple of weeks you're going to be like,
I feel better.
I don't feel like I'm doing anything, but I feel more energy.
You can.
I feel stronger. So following up to that phase, going into the actual technical phase, this is where we created 2 workout days. And then throughout this program, you get mobility as well, which I don't think many programs emphasize. A good full body mobility routine that can be done every single day before a workout. It can be done days off. It can be done post workout, however you want to program this. But it's great. Now, the technical phase itself, this is where we start working with the barbells. We start working with your squats, your big compound movements. But one thing, I guarantee you, most people listening to this, unless you've worked with me, I think you've done it as well, you've never programmed a 4-second negative. You never programmed look about in the gym, next time you're in the gym, who truly takes a 3-second eccentric part of their movement? And I'd say 3 seconds is a quick amount of time to go, but in this part, this is where the technical focus is, taking your time and really getting control over the big lifts. Because you get control over them, well, guess what's following up after this?
You get really
this stride, you're getting strong. And the thing is, this is a thing as well, which is mind-boggling, and I still can't get my head around it to this day. So I had it in my program maybe about 4 months ago, where I was doing like 5-second eccentrics, and I was stuck at 40 kilo weight, and I was like, man, and I just felt stronger in my hips, and I was looking at my legs, I was like, I'm quite vascular now. It wasn't about aesthetics for me, but I was like, it's crazy that's happening with lighter weight. So to your point, could I do my negatives with 100 kilo? Yes.
Aye.
Is it worth the stress on my body at that point? Fuck no.
No.
I'd rather get in and I'd rather it was easier than it was harder. Mm-hmm. And you play about with that line a lot depending on how
the reason a lot of people give up is because they fry their central nervous system with training too hard and then just daily life stresses.
Yeah.
People forget they have daily life stresses.
Yeah. And if that stress is high, you're not making fuck all gains in the gym.
No,
so this is the phase where you get to kind of...
You get good at lifting.
Just
get good at lifting.
And if you get good at lifting, your body composition
So that's
changes.
where, like, the first phase is you're just building your routine, you're building the lifts, and then the second phase is all about getting good at lifting. And if you can go, the focus isn't to get really strong, the focus isn't to build a lot of muscle. How good at these lifts can I get?
Yep.
And if you can spend 4 weeks going, I'm going to get so fucking good at this, then the phase after, you will blow out the water and you'll see gains that you've never seen before.
Yeah. So well over 300 odd clients I think I've ran through at least 4 weeks of training.
Aye.
And this phase, the strength phase, the last part of this program, is the longest part of the program. It's a 6-week phase, but it's designed that way to prep you to go into your first quote-unquote strength block, which is going to be lowish rep ranges, but programmed in a way that you are going to be doing full compound movements across 3 workout days. And honestly, this is the most fun every single person has. I'll tell you who has the most fun in this? My female clients. The guys love it, obviously, of course, but
because they're so used to it.
As girls and as women, we're told, oh, you don't lift that heavy. Your program, ladies, your program has to look different. And you'll see in this, there's no guy version, there's no girl version. No. It is, if you want to be strong, you want to live a healthier, more energized lifestyle without having to fucking have the gym control your life and be in the gym 5-6 days and feel miserable, then this is going to be the program for you. It's honestly, it baffles me to this day that people still do girl programs and guy programs. Now, where I challenge that a wee bit is preferences. Girls tend to want to focus on legs, guys want to focus on their arms.
Absolutely.
That's really the difference, but there is no, girls need to do high reps and guys need to do the fucking muscle builds. That's not how it works. Every single person should be going through high reps, medium reps, low reps. Mm-hmm. Beauty of resistance training, the beauty of lifting weights. And this is where the kind of name in this program was like, what do we call it? And starting strong was like, it kind of just hit home. The message that we're trying to get with you. You might be already a strong individual, but I guarantee you, if you're running through this sort of structure, you're going to see tremendous kind of benefits from it.
Aye, I agree, and I wish I'd done something like this sooner. Mm-hmm. Like, because if you're good at lifting, then you're injury free, then you can enjoy your life, then you can enjoy the gym, and if you're going 3 times a week, then you can go, right, can I do more or can I do less? If you're going 5 times a week, then
there's only so much you can do in a week. Can you scale up from that?
Can you scale up? So if you're already, it's like try to run a marathon straight away.
Aye,
that's what 5 days a week training is like.
Yes.
It's like try to go, right, I've trained for a week, I'm going to run a marathon. It's not how it goes.
You chill and I say chill with the marathon side of things. This program isn't chill either. This is I would probably say that, again, back to the point, if you never followed something to this structure, you will see the most results you've ever seen with a program. And a lot of that's going to be following a structure. We spoke about before that any program followed consistently is always going to outdo the amazing program structured followed inconsistently. Now, we now have a product which we didn't before when we were talking about workout structures and the importance of workout structures.
Aye.
But just by following this structure and how we've programmed it over each of the phases, it's a beautiful blend of hitting the sweet spot of where your training should be.
What would you say to someone, right, who, you get people who are just dialed in straight away, they're ready. What would you say to someone who's on the fence to get them really to bring that spark in them to go, right, I need to train hard here?
What do you mean they're ready then?
Like, because you get people who are just, they're here, they're going to get into the program, they're going to smash it. But you get people who are in the mindset are like, they might slack a little bit at the start. What would you say to them to get them in the right mindset to go, you know what, you need to go?
So I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself because, again, the other part of this program, which is different for anyone else's program, you're getting onboarded into our community. You're coming on to mine and James's app. You're coming into our structure and our program. And here's the beauty of our app. As soon as you put 1 week's worth of data in, you are encouraged to do
push harder.
More the next time. And it's about doing the very minimum with that. And alongside of this as well, we've launched like a training academy where you can nip into or whatever I'm trying to say. And it's going to have frequently asked questions, when to increase your weight, when to lower your weights, what weight to start with. So we cover all of that within this program.
Yeah.
And I don't think any other product does that. No. I think it's like, all right, here's your program, off you go. We've thought
everything's covered.
We've thought of absolutely everything in this. So you got your online training academy portal that you can log into. It's going to have outlaid nutrition modules, how much sleep to have, what to do with your training, what to do if you can't do an exercise. It has everything. It has how to use the app. The app itself is fantastic, of course, because that's like it's like having us with you every step of the way. It's like every workout is logged and registered, and how you fill out that information, you have the option to kind of give us feedback on the workout, what's happening on the Tuesday workout, what's happening on the Thursday workout. And then on top of this, if it couldn't get any better, we're going to do weekly calls on top of this specifically to answer your guys' questions. So if there's 50 people that sign up, if there's 100 people that sign up, doesn't matter where you are in the world, we're going to have a private community that every Wednesday night just now, we're going to go live, and whatever questions you have to do with your health and fitness, you'll have access to us to answer those questions.
Yep.
Now, I don't see many programs do this if they do it at all, but we wanted to kind of really over-deliver for this. So we're going to do this from next week. Well, from you guys listening to this, and it's something that you're interested in. The program will be starting on Monday if you download it off the back of today's.
Yep.
Today's
also,
episode.
like, going off that, knowledge is absolutely vital towards everybody's fitness journey. I think that's where a lot of people fail. But what we're trying to do with this program is help change your lifestyle as much as we can with a program. It's difficult to do that with a program when it's not one-to-one training, because obviously we can only do so much. But I think what we've done, built the hub, answered as many questions as we can. We're going to go live every single week, and that means that you have the biggest opportunity to implement the things into your lifestyle that will help you train more, train harder, sleep better, be better at work. It will help you do all these things from a program. And most programs are, here's your workout, go and hit your workout, and that'll obviously get you some physique changes, some strength changes. But this is all about being stronger inside and outside the gym.
Yeah, and we've factored this in as well. We factored that we all have lives to live, and this is why you almost look at it and there is a bit of laughing. You're like, that looks easy, but follow it through, get to the end of the 12 weeks, and you'll look back at that and go, fucking hell, that's probably one of the best programs I've ever followed. Yeah. And I'm speaking that firsthand. I ran through it. Ran through it early in this year, got Gillian to run through it, Gavin to run through it, ran through it with some of my other clients. So it's a proven, tested model that this style of training is fantastic for everybody.
It's hard to describe what running a program does to your brain. So see, yesterday, I was in the gym, obviously it was meant to be squat day. See, hitting deadlifts when it was meant to be squats, it didn't feel right because it wasn't the program.
Exactly.
See, when you run the program, you are instantaneously more disciplined and motivated to go for it because you know there's an end goal. Because we've laid it out. We've wrote an overlay for every single phase, for every single day. This is what this day is for. This is what this week's for. This is what this phase is for.
Yeah, you can challenge any exercise. Why is that the fourth exercise in?
And we'll be able to answer.
Aye. And I would go as far as not many PTs are able to answer, because a lot of people just walk about and go, let's do this machine. Oh, you're here. You want to train back today? Aye, let's train back. Let's train back with you. And you hit all the back machines. There is so much art and decision making went into every single exercise, from movement patterns to the kind of muscle fatigue that you might be facing, to where the stress is in your life. We've honestly thought it right through, and I'm honestly really proud of what we've put together. Now, to your point, the programming can only be so much, but I'll say for the rest of my life, I'll be following some sort of program structure.
No, I didn't mean that.
And no, but that's what I mean, and that's the beauty of it.
If you want to make as much progress as you can, I don't know, there's something so good about following a program. It's hard to describe.
Yeah.
When you're following a program, you're instantaneously more invested in your goals.
Well, let me put it this way: we all have a shit pulse on our intuitiveness, right? You have a bad day on a Sunday. Have you got to program front squats in reality?
Are you fuck?
Have you got to program Bulgarians?
Are you fuck?
All these exercises which are challenging, you don't do them because you don't like them, or you don't do them because you don't think they're great exercises. You don't do them because you're shit at them. And that is more of a point of why you should be doing them. So all of that emotional kind of to and throwing what exercises to be doing, all that's taken out the equation. From rep ranges to sets to the exercises to the structure of the 12 weeks, we take care of that for you. Now, what you have responsibility over is what you do with your nutrition, what you do with your sleep, what you do with your steps, your stress, all that sort of stuff you have control over. And we're going to be there to guide you through that.
So individualised, so there won't be any metrics for you to follow, but we'll give you guidance to improve the factors in your life.
So I'm excited to launch it, and we hope to see as many of you guys in there as possible. For you guys that are already in the Facebook group, you are more than welcome to jump on these weekly calls as well, because that's where we will be going live. We're going to leave a link below with that there, so you can see what type of questions are being asked, and maybe it encourages you to maybe hop in and join the program. Now, you would have heard us talk about this at the start of the episode as well, but as a reminder, the first 10 people that sign up to this and do live local to where the studio is in Airdrie, you're going to have the opportunity to come over every Saturday throughout the next 12 weeks, starting from next week, to work with us on a one-to-one basis, where we can go over your life specifically. And this is at no extra cost. Myself and James, I mean, if we have to do the math on personal training just now, let's say, if you even talk about just the one session across a 12-week period, this is an additional 1,500 quid when you break it down, where we would go over every foundational workout with you. No other program's doing that with you. No other structure's doing that with you. This isn't just to get your money and go, okay, let's go. We truly want to instill a better way of training, a smarter way of training for a healthier, stronger, and more energised lifestyle. And we're going to do that through this program, Starting Strong. So the first 10 people that sign up, you're going to have access to that. And Remember, there is a 30% discount code for the monthly option and the pay in full option, which will be in the link below. And this is only going to last until the end of November.
Yep. So get on it. It's going to be good, because not even just the fact that it's one-to-one coaching, you're going to meet people who are on the exact same journey and ready to smash it like yourself. Absolutely.
So, with that being said, let's wrap up today's episode. Have a fantastic Thursday, guys. If you're not making gains, then you now have no excuses, because we have you covered.
Yep.
And if there's a time to start, it's this time of the year. Morale seems a wee bit low. You're maybe not thinking about looking aesthetically pleasing, so it's a fantastic time to work on your strength. And as a byproduct, you'll not only feel like a badass, but you'll look like one too.